We're all aware that smoking is unhealthy for us. This is a message that has been pounded into us since we entered elementary school. Cigarettes are harmful. They will murder you. They will give you lung cancer. You understand all of these messages just as well as I do. So why do over 30 million American adults still smoke? Why is vaping still a popular method of consuming nicotine? Why is smoking still considered a trend? Why haven't we entirely stopped smoking? Part of the answer is that nicotine is so addictive that it grips smokers. Quitting is difficult, but it is possible. But we would be naive to ignore the psychological processes that occur when someone picks up a cigarette, especially if they are aware that it is unhealthy for them. Sure, some smokers pick up cigarettes or jewelry with the purpose of injuring themselves, but the majority do not. They are at a crossroads known as cognitive dissonance. The unpleasantness of being at this crossroads frequently encourages the smoker to continue smoking. Thus, cognitive dissonance does not only occur when you light up a cigarette. We encounter cognitive dissonance whether we read the news, drive a car, or push ourselves to sleep at night. And in this video, I'll explain what cognitive dissonance is and how it affects the mind. The better you understand this process, the easier it will be to make informed decisions in the future, which may include quitting smoking. First and foremost, what is cognitive dissonance? Leon Festinger published a theory of cognitive dissonance in 1957, defining the term as a feeling of mental pain caused by having two different beliefs or values simultaneously. This discomfort may also occur when we are forced to act in a way that contradicts our beliefs. The mind prefers uncomplicated things. It also prefers consistency. And if you have two contradictory views, such as I want to live a long life and I want to smoke a cigarette, the mind will not be at ease. So what does the mind do? It makes every possible effort to alleviate the suffering. So here's the most significant thing Festinger addressed in his book. Decreasing mental suffering can be a powerful motivator. This concept was novel at the time, but it has proven to be an intriguing explanation for many of the decisions we face on a daily basis. Now, I'd like to briefly discuss some examples of cognitive dissonance. The first one is smoking cigarettes. Obviously, Festinger utilized the cigarette smoking example to demonstrate the force of cognitive dissonance. Again, we are all aware that smoking is terrible for us, yet those who are addicted to nicotine continue to smoke or use their Juul. Festinger hypothesized that when smokers experience cognitive dissonance, they will argue with themselves to alleviate the discomfort. They will tell themselves that smoking isn't as horrible as they think, or that they don't smoke enough to cause any significant damage. They may also convince themselves that smoking is preferable to other harmful habits, or that quitting will result in other negative habits such as overeating or alcohol addiction. All of these are just reasons used to justify smoking. And to a non-smoker, these arguments don't quite match together. They obviously do not erase the reality that smoking is harmful to your health, but these are the things that people tell themselves to avoid cognitive dissonance. Another example is bogus news. We currently live in a very polarized political climate. People believe they must support one side, while the opposing side is rife with dishonesty and deception. Cognitive dissonance plays a role in this polarization. Cries of fake news are a popular method to cope with cognitive dissonance. Failing to research the present pandemic while labeling it a conspiracy is one method to alleviate the anguish of knowing that going out and partying could cost you your life or someone else's. Sure, there are a lot of false stories circulating about this information, but dismissing it as fake news just because it contradicts your present beliefs and what you want to do is a sort of cognitive dissonance reduction. Another example is peer pressure. This approach may also explain why people remain in relationships, organizations, or occupations that are not in their best interests. Peer pressure can induce a significant sense of cognitive dissonance. Sometimes it's easier to follow the herd, especially if it's a cult. Studies have proved that this is correct. In one study, participants were asked to determine whether two lines were the same length or different. 75% of the time, everyone in the group, including the study's actors, provided a clearly incorrect answer. The individual they were studying did the same thing, appearing to simply follow along with the others. Moving on, cognitive dissonance is potent, which is why you should be aware of it. With this knowledge, you can become more conscious of how you make judgments and whether or not you're allowing your discomfort to get the best of you. Now, discomfort is unavoidable whether you're acquiring new knowledge, hearing other people's viewpoints, or making difficult judgments. It's just going to happen. However, now that you understand what cognitive dissonance is, you can be on the watch for it. To gain awareness of your thoughts and feelings, you may need to practice mindfulness. The more in tune you are with your body, mind, and emotions, the easier it will be to detect discomfort. If you understand the source of your discomfort, you'll be less inclined to succumb to it. Allow yourself to feel uncomfortable when someone challenges your beliefs. Take the time to study claims you read online rather than dismissing them as fake news. Step back from any decisions you may have made as a result of peer pressure. Cognitive dissonance is intended to keep things simple, but it can lead to a disastrous situation if you make the wrong judgment. I want to thank you for viewing this video about cognitive dissonance, and I sincerely hope you learned something. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below or watch some of the other films in the series. Thank you for viewing. I hope to see you in the next video.